All right, did you push the button?
Yeah, press the
Alright.
buttons. Hey guys, welcome back to the Option Select podcast, episode 184. It's a podcast where we talk about video games and video game news and entertainment news that we so deem worthy. The only podcast that promises to be 2 hours late. Thanks, Steven.
Anytime, buddy, anytime.
Tell me how your week was, bud. What's going on?
Man. Where at work is definitely ramping up. Like, it's full on fucking
Retail season, yeah.
Christmas, bro. Like, the amount of people coming in, shopping, picking up gifts for other people, and just, it's mainly guns and gold that are flying off the shelf.
This is a Christmas
Like,
gift,
I
bro.
fucking love Texas,
That's the
bro.
best Christmas
Like,
gift
it's
anybody
the
could have.
best. So yeah, work is work. It's going pretty smooth. You just got to put in. It feels like we have to put in more hours, but in reality, I don't, because I can just leave when I want, and nobody says anything.
All
My
right.
boss doesn't do pop-ins or anything like that. So, again, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, Thursday night we saw the Game Awards, which is the bulk of what we'll talk about, I guess, in this podcast
For
today.
sure.
Last night, which was Saturday night, company had a Christmas party at some AR entertainment place where there's food, drinks, there's bowling, laser tag, bumper cars. They had mini golf. We didn't play mini golf though.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
It looks pretty cool. It's just on the outside, it looks like a small venue, but when you go in, it's like it used to be a Kroger.
Oh, okay.
So you're like, oh yeah, it's it's got the room for all this
Yeah.
stuff. So so we did that. Definitely drank way too much.
Tell them why you were
Still-
late. Tell them why you were late.
Because I was hungover this morning, and then I tried to stay up, and I was on my phone playing a mobile game, obviously,
Obviously.
and I ended up falling asleep.
True gamer.
And then, bam, 2 hours late for the podcast.
It happens. Bro. That's what happens when you get old
Oh,
and
for
you
sure.
decide you want to drink like you were 21 again. What lesson did you learn?
Slow down on the drinking.
Drink a bottle of water.
Hey,
in
but I was
between.
smart enough not to take any shots like everybody else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were taking shots, and like, you want one? I'm like, hard pass.
I'm going to stick with the beer.
I'm gonna stick with this Dos Equis I'm drinking.
That's what's up, though. Sounds like you had a good time. Good night.
It was good. It was fun. It was cool, kind of meeting some of the newer people in the company that I hadn't met before. The bowling was probably the best part because we took up like out of 6 lanes, we took up 5.
Damn.
Yeah, and we kind of like ran off the other people. Like we didn't mean to. We were just being fucking loud and fuck them.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we paid for our time here. Anyway, so yeah, that was fun. Bowling, haven't gone bowling in years, bro, and I'm still not good at it. So nobody is apparently. We all suck,
Yeah,
which is good. It was fun.
it's fine. It makes it an even playing field.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, that was pretty much it. And
What did
Yeah.
you game on this week?
damn, what did I game? Played a couple games of Fortnite.
Nice.
Just running through the battle pass, just bullshitting. I was gonna mention something about Fortnite too, and I meant to write it down, but I didn't.
About the current state of the
About
game? Or?
Yeah, about the actual current state of the game. Oh, the hammers.
Oh, yeah. The best part about the new update.
Bro, that shit is funny, but man, when you hit the ground and it bounces, it makes that noise. Bro, it's just stupid fun. Like I always try to grab the hammer. I'm not good with it either, but it's a get out of jail free card, bro. Like they start popping off. I'm like, boing, like little
I'm
bitches.
out of here.
I'm out. Yeah, but the hammers is fun. I don't like the other little spear gun. It chunks the crystals
The
or whatever.
Excalibur.
The Excalibur. I
I
don't
like that one.
It's not that good.
I like that one. That's a good
I
one.
do like the augment system. I thought that's innovative. Like to add in
different perks every ring.
yeah. I was like, man, that's pretty good. A lot of the perks I don't get because I'm not gonna use a bow. You know, like I don't care about the bow. I did pick up the bow once, or it gave me 2 bows. Like when you pick the option,
Mm-hmm.
it gives you the 2 bows, and it's like, here's a fire bow. I'm like, bam, knock down a house, catch the shit on fire. It's like, oh. So I saw a dude, I just charred him out, basically, just
There you go.
catch everything on fire around him. I thought that was pretty funny, but it's all right. I know they got My Hero Academia coming later. The Witcher's coming in. The Hulk.
I got the Hulk.
He's already in the game.
Yeah, I picked him up.
Okay.
Surprisingly smaller than Venom.
Really?
Yeah.
He should have been bigger.
He should have been bigger. I
Way
thought.
bigger. Multiverses. Jump back on that. Just to play some fighting games. Man, I really want to enjoy Black Adam, but it's just not my play style.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. It's same with Batman too. It's weird. Batman, you got to be able to use the grappling hook because the grappling hook not only saves your ass when you're off the edges, but you use it as like a combo extender.
I get you.
So you boom, 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 knock them around, then you grapple, go towards them, and keep the combo going.
Fighting game of the year right there.
Yeah, it won fighting game of the year, which deservingly so, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think those are the two games I was playing this week. I watched the movie Bullet Train
Yeah, love that movie.
Sunday night.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, last Sunday. Yeah,
Great.
after we did the podcast here,
Mhm.
I just threw it on. I saw it. I was like, oh, I remember watching the trailer. I wanted to watch it. Like, fuck it, let me just throw it on. And it was a fun movie.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna be that fun. It's got a lot of little cameos and shit in it. Like, pretty
Yeah.
good.
Good
I watched it.
stylistically and.
Yeah, like it's just over the top. Like, you got to understand you're going in over the top.
What was your favorite characters?
I like the twins.
Yeah.
The twins are definitely
The twins are something else, bro.
they just argue about the dumbest shit.
It was great.
I didn't like the girl, the Russian girl. I didn't care for her. I didn't care for the spider or what's that chick's name? The other chick in there,
Which one?
the black chick.
Oh, I don't remember her name, but she was
She
like
had
the
a weird
poison.
name, like the spider or the snake or the viper.
Yeah.
I didn't care for her. Channing Tatum.
Channing Tate Yum.
God damn, dude. This is like the second cameo I've seen him in. He's just out of there. He's just weird, man. Just
He's comedic relief.
like they could have put any normal looking dude there and it would have been like, funny. But because it's Channing Tatum, it's like it's just that much funnier and that much worse of a situation. But I saw that, but then I think Wednesday night, Morris ended up watching a movie, like randomly watching Bullet Train.
Yeah.
And to me, it's not Morris's type of movie.
Right.
It's not. And I asked him about it, like, hey, did you like the movie? He goes, that was a really good movie. Like, that was really fucking good. I was like, right? Just out of fucking nowhere, I feel like that was a legit fun movie to watch.
Yeah.
Other than that, I didn't watch no new movies, no TV shows.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what's coming down the pipeline other than, I think next week is stupid Avatar.
Yeah.
Which
That was a hard pass on for me.
See,
not
I
gonna go see the
want to
movie.
say that. I want to say that.
I don't want to see it in the theater for 4 hours.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the theater and watch it.
Yeah, I'd rather watch it
I
at
don't.
home. I'd rather watch it at home where I could pause,
But
come
I
back,
want to
take a
see
break.
it. But the weird thing is, I've been to movies that are long, and I've been okay, and I've sat through them. You know,
I.e. Endgame.
yeah. But see, Endgame is a whole other monster.
Yeah, it's a
'cause
different thing.
You're in there, you're invested. It's
Yeah.
And this one is like,
It hasn't been an Avatar movie for 10 years, right?
yeah,
Why would you be invested in it?
exactly. Like it's just a weird movie, and the fact that he wants to do like 3 or 4 of them, it's kind
He's
of weird.
he's already got 3 and 4 done. They're
Yeah.
just doing special effects. They filmed all of them at the same time, which is why it took so long for the sequels to come out. I think there's like 5 movies total. They're supposed to be coming out over the next 5 to 6 years, something
It
like
shouldn't
that.
have taken that long. I mean, I guess this is all the CGI work they got to do
Yeah,
because the
A
story
lot.
it's not an original story.
yeah. Like,
It's literally Dancing with Wolves.
but for instance, like most of that movie CGI, right?
Right.
So whenever Blizzard does their CGs for their game trailers, because they always do the best trailers, right?
Mhm.
There's just CG trailers anyway. They always do the best ones.
They haven't done them in years, but
Yeah, but they always used to do like the best ones, right?
solid,
Everybody
yeah.
would say like, oh, they're, those.
well, I guess the Diablo one
yeah,
that was pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
So based off of like what you saw from the Diablo one or whatever, right? Like it's like 20 to 30 gigs per frame. It takes multiple hours to render per frame, because they have to do ray tracing, particle effects,
Yeah.
all that other stuff. Like it takes many man hours for them to do that kind of stuff. So I can understand where a full ass movie that's 99% CGI is gonna take a while. You know what I'm saying? Especially like the difference between CGI from like back in the day to now. You know what I
for
mean? Like,
sure. That
and
and
then compute power has gotten way better, but
yeah,
still
that
is.
and the technology he was using to film the movie, he made the technology himself.
Yeah, the IMAX stuff.
You know, like I get it. Like it's groundbreaking shit. It's just, man, the story was not
No, man.
the greatest.
No, it's
You know,
not.
the world isn't the greatest. Like,
Yeah.
what was the name of the planet they were on?
Pandora?
Pandora, right?
Yeah.
It's like, who's the main character's name?
Sully.
What's his first name, bro?
We did this already, bro.
Exactly. It's Jake. Sully.
Jake Sully.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the only movie I know that's coming out this year.
For the rest of the year?
For the rest of the year, that's worth anything, right?
I mean, I'm sure there's some other stuff. Emancipation just came out on Apple TV. Will Smith movie. They got postponed because he slapped Chris Rock in the face.
Hard pass.
Spirited came out. That one's Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell on Apple TV. There's like Netflix movies and stuff, but as far as like theatrical releases,
no, I meant theatrical.
There's a few. You know, they always have some movies that come out around Christmas. There's always some that come out Christmas Day.
Oh,
Christmas Day 2022. Fucking Polar Express 2 is gonna come out.
God.
Some nonsense. But yeah, just like going back to that. Like I remember watching how they made like the last Matrix movie, not the fourth one, but the third one, like in the trilogy. That ending fight scene with like all the people in Zion or whatever, that one was something like 50 terabytes worth of CG that they had to like unpack and unravel.
Damn.
And that was back then, and that was like that was okay CG. You know what I'm saying? Like that was all right. But nowadays, it's like way better, way more advanced with ray tracing and path tracing. And no, I mean, that's craziness. Like they're basically building a video game that's not controllable,
basically,
essentially. But yeah, I mean, I want to see Avatar, bro. But at the same time, I don't want to just go to the theater to see this movie.
Yeah, you're not like
I'm
rushing to go see it.
I'm not rushing. Yeah, I'll wait for like the last week it's gonna be in
drop
theater.
on HBO or something, and I'll be fine with it.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know where it's gonna come out on because the Avatar movie itself on any streaming platforms. Not that I can think of.
No,
I own a copy of Avatar just because of the groundbreaking CG it had like back in the day. It was like right around the time Blu-ray players came out too. So I was like, oh, I gotta.
And I think that's what helped it because it was on the newest technology and all that shit. So I don't know. But again, you're 10 years removed from a non-original story from characters that are
I mean, what stories are really original these days?
Bullet Train?
That wasn't original.
I don't know, dude. Like,
I mean, it had good, twists and turns and stuff.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Whereas this one was very straightforward. It's literally just Dancing with the Wolves or Fern Gully.
I went with Pocahontas.
Space, no?
I went with
same
Pocahontas.
shit. It's Pocahontas. Yeah.
I'm looking here to see if it's actually out anywhere other than like purchasable somewhere. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like you actually have to like purchase. Yeah, you have to purchase watch on Prime for $4. You get to rent it. So I mean, it's coming. It's coming. Part 2's coming. When does that come out? You said next week?
I thought it was next week, 17th or something.
Let me Google that. Way of the Water.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Avatar: Way of the Water.
$2 billion. It needs to make $2 billion just to make a profit. You know what? We should just not go see it and tell everybody to not go see it. That they lose money and that they stop making Avatar movies. I'm kidding. That'd be fucked up. Trying to find the release date on this, but it doesn't seem to be anywhere. What the hell? December 17th, 15th, Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday. I had to zoom in on that picture there. Sorry. So you planning on going to see it Thursday or no?
Nope.
Okay. But yeah. Anyway. You do anything else this week?
Nope.
Well, you're just a fucking ray of sunshine today.
I did my one thing.
I did my one thing.
Last night. I'm paying the price for it.
I'm looking for movies that are coming out this year. So there's Puss in Boots.
This year?
Yeah, Violent Night. I do want to see that one.
Oh, that's the Santa Claus with the.
Yep.
Damn, what's that dude's name? Hopper from
David Harbour.
David Harbour. Yeah.
Yeah, that one came out already.
Yeah, that one looks good.
Emancipation. Spoiler alert. Scrooge, A Christmas Carol. That looks like an animated story. Yeah, Maverick. I don't know why that's coming back to theaters. Yeah, nothing really. Yeah, nothing really crazy happening for the rest of the year except for Avatar. Yeah, that's about it. Anyway, yeah, man, my week was pretty chill, dude. Work was work. You know, nothing crazy. Got that shit done. Went home. Um, while you were out gallivanting, getting drunk, you know, drinking outside of you outkicked your coverage on that. But while you were doing that, I was out kicking my coverage here at the house by myself, watching the UFC fights. You didn't watch any of the highlights or anything?
They had the fights on at the
Oh, okay.
arcade thing.
What do you think about that last fight?
Um,
Blackowitz and
that part I didn't see. At that point,
you're way too gone.
I was way too gone.
All right, so
I
basically,
saw that one kid won again.
the 18-year-old.
The 18-year-old, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn.
He won in spectacular fashion.
A lot of people saying Patty the Batty lost,
Patty the Batty.
but he won. But the judges saw it that way. So
Yeah, I mean that was kind of a hit or miss. Like it
yeah.
could have gone either way. But the last one ended up in a split decision, like a full-on split, where like nobody was crowned light heavyweight champion of the world.
So a draw?
A fucking straight up draw. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Split decision draw, I think is what they called it. I think that's what the actual terminology that Bruce Buffer said.
Yeah.
So now
Damn.
they're gonna have another fight next year in Rio in January between two completely different people. These two guys went to war for 5 rounds and it was great. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And somebody should have won that fight, and it was definitely not Blockowitz. But they drew it, you know, draw straight down the middle or whatever. So Dana White during the press conference said it's going to be between two other people, and two completely different people who are lower ranked, I guess.
Okay.
That are going to be fighting for a title because the light heavyweight champion had to give up his belt because he had like a shoulder issue or something like that.
Right.
I can't remember. But yeah. So anyway, it ended on a kind of a bum note, you know what I'm saying? Because like nobody became champion. So yeah, they're adding. Oh, it's what the hell is his name from Rio? Light heavyweight, old as fuck. He's like 50. Oh my God, what's his name?
Glover Teixeira.
Glover Teixeira is fighting somebody for the light heavyweight title in January. So that's a thing. I can't even tell you who the other guy is because that's how low they are in the rankings. Whatever.
Damn.
It is what it is. But yeah, so I did some Christmas shopping. I bought Rick's gift today. That should be in like a week and a half. Yours have already been bought.
What?
I need to. Yeah, it's under the tree right now. I need to get something for Travis and Morris
right now,
and possibly Copeland. But you never sent me anything back. I guess you've been napping for a while. I texted him earlier today, guys, and I asked him what I should be buying for these guys. And he gave me like lists of stuff, but with like no name brands or like specific things that I could purchase. So I gotta find some stuff.
The name brand you're looking for is Citadel.
Citadel.
Anything Citadel.
So I'm gonna have to look into that. So Alice has been completely bought for. I bought for my boss. And I bought for my service manager. My district manager, I already bought her a gift. My service manager, all I got to do is buy him a case of Lone Star Light. That's his drink. I don't know, man. He's fucking basic. I'll just get him a case of beer or whatever and just leave it at that. But most of my Christmas shopping is done. Oh, and I bought for my nieces and nephews. I got to buy something for my mom. So, like, I'm missing my mom and Travis and Morris. Those are the ones that I'm missing right now. So, other than that, man, Christmas shopping is done. I can't talk with you in my face like that.
Oh,
I love you. Anyway, but like week was pretty chill. I did my workouts every day except for Wednesday, which I wasn't feeling too good. And then yesterday. So I worked out every other day this week. I need you to get down, Mama. Get down.
She doesn't know
She's
what
like,
to do.
come on. Phoebe,
She
get
licks
down.
the side of the cup.
She likes the cold water. Come on, get
Man,
down.
that's funny,
Please.
dude.
Please. She does not want to go.
She
bro.
doesn't. She's being ornery right
All right,
now.
there you go.
Lay down. There you go.
Lay down. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. All right, I'm gonna need you to lay down. Jesus Christ. Anyway, as far as like gaming, I did a lot
Oh, big yawn.
of bouncing around this week. I picked up Cult of the Lamb, which I've
Okay.
been having a good time with. It's a little tricky at first, but it's kind of like a hack and slash tied in with like so like what the hell's the name of that game that I'm thinking of? Like a farm sim. So or like a city building sim. So like
Okay.
you get followers of your cult.
Yeah.
You get them to work on like clearing some stuff around your area, and you build around there. You build them houses and stuff. So it's kind of like a RTS
Yeah.
mixed with the hack and slash. You also have to meet the needs of the cult as well. So like you have to make sure that they're happy, and if not, they'll start to dissent and like literally start talking to other cult members and trying to get them all to like leave. That'll be like a fucking exodus
Damn.
of people out of your cult. So like you got to maintain your relationships with the cult members. And if they start to dissent, you could throw them in like prison. You just put them in a stockade, and you go over there and you fucking talk to them every day, and you try to like change their opinion, right? And so eventually it'll go down. But if you just let them roam free,
Good.
yeah, it's not good. They'll just change everybody's mind. Everybody will be mad or whatever. Or you could sacrifice them.
That's what I'm talking about.
You could sacrifice them to your god or whatever, which the god is real in this cult. I don't.
Yeah.
So it might be religion of the lamb. Like it's actually like a god that's there in the game. Anyway,
Hell yeah.
it's been a great time so far. You know, you have to kind of manage going out to explore and like staying around the camp to like make sure everything gets done, because there's like resources that you need to collect to make the town bigger or whatever, or like keep everybody happy and like get new and better foods and stuff like that. So what's the damn name? No. Why can't I think of the name of this game?
Warcraft?
No.
Star Wars?
No, it's a 2D or a pixel art fucking
Dead Cells.
No, it's kind of like Dead Cells in one aspect of it, but the other aspect, trying to think of
Metroidvania.
the like the farm sim type, so like Terraria type thing. Anyway,
Farmville?
No, not Farmville. Definitely not. Why is it? Anyway? It's just like my mind is blank right now.
Wow.
Anyway, I also gamed on some God of War, some Fortnite. I did a little bit of WoW. I gained 2 levels in WoW, so I'm kind of like slow dripping in the WoW, not trying to like rush to anything crazy. And some Darktide. So I hopped back on Darktide because I was having an issue with my PC where like even my PC was crashing out on Fortnite, which you saw last week. I figured out what that was. My CPU was running too hot, so I lowered down the clock speed on it to kind of fix that issue. So I haven't had that issue anymore ever since then. So yeah, a little bit of Darktide still crashes on me occasionally, but nothing too crazy. But I've been having fun with that. And then its counterpart as well, Vermintide. So I'm just kind of playing those because it's quick. You know what I mean? Like you get to get in, play with a group of 4 people. It doesn't even have to be your friends, like a group of 4 random people or whatever. You go through the mission and it's over. It's like 10, 15 minutes. You want to do another one, you can. If you don't, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what makes the game so appealing, is like you can play it in small dribs and drabs or whatever, but you don't actually have to invest a lot of time if you don't want to. You can get the full experience pretty quickly. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't even have to ramp up the difficulty to like increase your EXP gains and stuff like that. So it's nice to have that option thrown in there. But Vermintide is definitely my favorite of the 2.
Yeah.
Vermintide's really good. So I was just gaming around on those. I don't really think anything else I've been gaming on, but Cult of the Lamb for sure is. I can see why it was in the indie game of the year space with the awards or whatever this week. So having a good time with that. If you're into 2D side scroller, the kind of side scroller, I guess it's kind of 3D hand drawn.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. Really fun though, and really interesting systems with the cult members and stuff. Like Yeah, it's a fun time. Anyway, let's get into the noticias, man. You want to bring up anything besides the big news? Because I got some stuff on the side here.
Yeah, we'll start with the stuff on the side.
You want me to start with that?
Because we are talking about movies earlier.
Okay.
They pretty much scrapped over at WB, Warner Brothers Discovery, since the merger. They put James Gunn and some other guy as the head of their Warner Brother movie DC extended universe like franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And so he scrapped a lot of the stuff. They canceled Wonder Woman 3.
They canceled that?
They canceled it. It's no longer a thing. They
I didn't even know
canceled
that was a thing.
exactly. Ready? They canceled the Batman Beyond movie
That was a thing?
with Michael Keaton as old man Bruce Wayne.
No.
That got scrapped. I was fucking
How dare they?
hey, ready for the big one? There's probably not gonna be a Black Adam 2
Wow.
because it didn't do well.
It didn't?
Nope.
I had a good time.
I enjoyed it, but it didn't do well enough. Yeah. He said by the time it's all said and done, they probably lost money on the movie.
I thought that was the whole reason why Cavill left the Witcher show was to go do Superman. Damn.
They don't know if that's a thing anymore now either.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, but I mean, like, what are they gonna do? A whole reboot again? Because I just saw pictures from Joker 2 or whatever it's called. It's Joker something.
Yeah, but remember that's not a part of the DC EU. That's a Joker movie, just a standalone. Just like with the Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
that's a standalone Batman. He was never gonna meet Superman and all those guys. Those are just standalone movies that they make.
That's what they should stick to because those movies are great.
But they're trying to do the Marvel formula.
They just stop.
And
no, you can make great stories on one character and leave it the hell alone. God, I gotta rewatch the Batman, dude. It was so good. I gotta rewatch the Joker too.
It's on HBO.
Yeah,
but yeah. So they scrapped all that stuff, which I was not too happy with. Mainly once I found out about the Batman Beyond thing, I was like, "That's whack, bro." But yeah, I can't remember the other dude's name who was James Gunn. It's James Gunn and the other guy.
I thought they put him in charge, right? They did, and then now they just canceled all that.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. That's that.
And they're gonna leave the choices up of what movies come out and everything up to those two guys, because before James Gunn and the other guy was some Asian dude, and he was the one that was pushing for The Rock and Henry Cavill and all that stuff.
Because now
he just stepped down.
Because now, what's it called? So, The Rock's movie didn't do well. Black Adam, that's fine, right? James Gunn is wrapping up Volume 3 for Guardians of the Galaxy, or he already wrapped on that. I'm assuming, right?
Oh, he's done with it, yeah. And he's already said he's done with Marvel
MCU, which is a shame, but
and he's the one that he did Suicide Squad,
yeah,
which was good, and he also did
Peacemaker,
which
is
phenomenal,
solid, yeah,
phenomenal.
So I feel like if James could get if James Gunn could get Taiki Waititi or what Waititi on that fucking team, and for them two to work together, I think it would be a pretty fucking solid team there. But who knows how long?
Taika's good when it's characters that they're supposed to be comical,
which is a lot of. I mean, Peacemaker.
Peacemaker was good. I get that, but like Thor, no.
I get where you're coming from, but what I'm saying
is
like
I've also seen Taika do What We Do in the Shadows,
which is
phenomenal.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Again, his comedic timing is the stuff I enjoy. Like, and again, as much as I hated Thor: Love and Thunder, it's got the Taika Waititi's touches to it because you got the screaming goats. Anytime the goats are on the scene, they're screaming.
Right.
But that was also fucking laughing, bro.
But that was Thor's. Isn't that Thor's thing? Like they even brought it up in God of War. It's like, oh, he has the hammer, right? Thor has the hammer, and he also has a boat that's carried by two goats.
Right.
Isn't that a thing? Like that was like really a thing. And they even I think they even said in God of War that they were screaming goats.
Right, but they don't just scream all the time.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like it's part of the mythos allegedly.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff within Norse mythology.
That's funny though.
But it's good.
But that's I'm fine with James Gunn just doing anything Period.
Yeah, because I mean, to be honest, when's the last time he did something bad?
I can't.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't even. I
because
gotta look through his
I've
IMDb.
enjoyed every Guardians movie. I've enjoyed Suicide Squad, Peacemaker. I feel like he did another movie, but I don't remember what it was.
I'm looking here at his filmography. So he did Scooby Doo. No, director. He was Slither, Super, which was a fucking great. Did you ever watch Super?
Super.
Yeah, it had Rainn Wilson
Oh, okay,
and
yeah,
Ellie Page back when
yeah,
she was before Elliot,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy. He did Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Suicide Squad, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Those are the 5-6 movies that he's directed.
Yeah.
And then as far as TV goes, where's TV? He's acted in some stuff. So he did Peacemaker, I Am Groot, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which I haven't seen.
I haven't seen it either.
But it's on Disney, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that one out. Yeah, so I don't know, I mean, he hasn't done a lot, but everything that he's made has been
solid so far, right?
pretty solid.
Yeah.
He was a writer on Lollipop Chainsaw, which is getting a remake currently. I didn't even know that. That's cool. And he also did some books. Man, that's cool, man. This guy's he hasn't done a lot, but everything that he's made is solid.
Okay.
As far as like director wise. I haven't seen Slither though, but I heard good things about that one. It was like a horror flick, I think.
Yeah. Horror thriller or whatever.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, so anyway, he's taken over with another guy and they pretty much scrapped anything in the works with the exception of like the Blue Beetle. But again, I think the Blue Beetle was set to be a standalone movie anyway. But again, it's a character they picked as like the Blue Beetle.
Right.
Really? Like, I get why they chose the Blue Beetle because he is Hispanic.
Right.
They're trying to check boxes, but at the same time. But that has always been my problem with DC.
James never seemed too concerned about checking boxes though with Peacemaker. So raunchy.
That's true. God damn, he didn't care.
So raunchy.
Yeah.
He was calling him out too.
That was good. That Peacemaker was so good. I want season 2 already.
Yeah, man.
John Cena definitely made that show like fucking out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that was just that for I guess movie entertainment shit.
I got you. You got anything else you want to bring up?
There wasn't a part of the actual couple things about Microsoft.
Okay.
They did reach a 10-year deal with Nintendo.
Yeah.
To release Call of Duty.
Fuck yeah. Let's do it.
I'm like, okay, which is kind of a divergent for Nintendo because they don't really put too many realistic shooters on their platform because they know who they're catering to, kids and whatnot,
right?
The younger crowd. But I thought that was weird. But at the same time, the United States FTC,
Federal Trade Commission,
Federal Trade Commission, put out a statement that they're going to stop the
they're suing.
Yeah, the agreement to buy Activision Blizzard,
which has been brought up many times as it's like they're filing a false lawsuit, basically, is what's going on here.
It just doesn't make any sense, and and they keep saying the line that everybody keeps saying when they say the deal shouldn't happen is it would give Microsoft too much control. How do they word it? They worded it fucking weird. They would have too much control over the gaming industry's, I guess, next console war, if they want to call it that or whatever.
Okay.
But I was like, it's Microsoft, right?
Right.
They have the Xbox, right?
Mm-hmm. Name me one game that got announced during the Game of the Year awards.
It's like the people think that, if this deal goes through, Microsoft's going to instantly be like the number one gaming console in the world. I'm like, bro, they still got to wrestle that shit from fucking Sony. Sony has doubled the fucking sales in consoles.
Yeah.
And Nintendo's right there, bro. Like Nintendo's right there. Like they're trying to scrap out of third place, Yeah.
And
and they think buying just Activision Blizzard is going to be the end all be all. But
Yeah. But FTC still hasn't even approved Kroger buying out Albertsons. And that was like 2 years ago? Something like that? Yeah, for 2 years, I think.
that's
They still haven't
ridiculous,
done that.
dude. That's stupid. It's like just let the fucking deal go through so I can get my games at a discount, you bastards.
But that's more. I feel like Kroger's buying out Albertsons is more of a monopoly than.
Not really.
Are you kidding me? Albertsons, Tom Thumb, they're huge.
Oh yeah,
Kroger's
no,
is fucking huge.
yeah, but have you been in a Kroger?
Yeah, I'd rather go to HEB.
Exactly. Like the smart people go to HEB in Texas. We have that luxury of going to HEB. Now the other people in other states who only have Krogers and a fucking
Albertsons,
Publix or
Tom
whatever.
Thumb. Yeah.
Like I get it, you got to go to those places, but I'm missing out. Y'all don't have HEB.
So the FTC alleges in its complaint that the deal would allow Microsoft to suppress competitors to its Xbox gaming consoles and its rapidly growing subscription content and cloud gaming business. So yeah.
But every other company can do the same thing with their subscription, but they choose not to. Instead, they make a 3-tiered fucking convoluted ass system. Sony, you fucking morons.
Whoa, buddy.
It's stupid. Like
I agree.
like why wouldn't you just copy and paste?
Copy pasta?
You have like Sony has probably way more games that I'd want to play compared to Xbox. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Like when I go through the whole roster of Xbox games to play on Game Pass, it's like you scroll through, it's like, oh cool, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Evolve, Halo OSTD 3, like
yeah, all the games ever.
Jesus Christ,
No,
bro.
mama.
It's like
No.
why? But then you think of PlayStation, you're like, yeah, man, I would love to play some of these games
God of War.
for just $10 a month instead of blowing out $70.
I agree. Speaking of $70.
Yep, Xbox.
Speaking of
Run it back to Xbox, baby.
So here's why. First of all, let me give you the news. The news is that Xbox is raising their prices for first party games next year to $70. So they're raising it by 10. They're matching Sony.
Basically, yeah.
Basically. So if you want to buy a Microsoft Studios game, it's going to be $70. Okay. Here's why I don't have a problem with that. You ready?
Go.
Game Pass.
Yep.
So you don't want to pay the extra $10 to buy the game? Cool. Purchase our subscription for $10.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you get the games day one on release.
Again, they have their business model and they've already said it.
So much better.
They're going to make up for it in microtransactions
Right.
and cosmetics and all these other little things. It's like just copy what they're doing, bro.
Yeah.
Like if you're Sony or Nintendo and you want a subscription, just copy this subscription.
Yes, man. So
Because you know you're going to get the money back on the back end.
So on Sony's side, I had an issue with them raising the prices. That's fine. But, Cash App has been giving me a 10% discount anyway, so I've been saving that money, so it hasn't really affected me.
Yeah, it adds up.
It adds up, but it hasn't really affected me yet, right?
Yeah.
But like Xbox raising the prices, it means nothing to me because everything's coming out day one on Game Pass anyway.
Yep.
And there's not, like I've had my Game Pass subscription for about a year, and I've played many great games on there.
Yeah.
Earlier today, I was playing Dark Tide, which I wouldn't have bought,
Full
full
price.
price anyway.
Yeah.
So I would have waited for a sale. I get to play day one, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Now raising the price is $10. Okay, that's cool. Whatever. Next, like, it's just kind of like, they raised their prices, but did they really?
But did
they haven't actually come out and said that Game Pass was going to go up in subscription costs, which I'm assuming is coming.
I would think it's gonna eventually happen.
Right, it's coming. I think that is coming down the thing there, but it is what it is. But speaking of price adjusting, remember that 4080?
Yeah.
That came out not too long ago. They were going to do a 16 gigabyte and a 12 gigabyte version of them or whatever.
Yes.
Anyway, so AMD recently had said, announced their cards, their two new cards. There's a 7900 XT and the XTX, both 7900s. And those are supposed to come out on the 12th, which is tomorrow.
Oh, damn.
So those are coming out tomorrow. So the 4080 has been $1,200 this entire time. It launched at $1,200.
Right.
Whatever. There's been an overabundance of them because nobody wants to buy them.
Right.
Also, scalpers bought them and they can't sell them for higher costs.
Good.
It's hilarious to me.
I love it.
But now they all the scalpers bought all those cards at $1,200 plus, plus or minus, and now the 4080 is getting a price cut. It's only been a month, so it's getting a price cut to compete with AMD's flagship card, which is priced at $1,000. So it's just $999 flat, which is what a flagship card supposed to be priced at.
Yep.
Anyway, so now the 4080 is allegedly getting their price cut starting this week. So if you bought a 4080
2 weeks ago,
return that shit and get your money back and then buy another 4080 whenever the prices drop. So yeah, the 4080 price cut's coming through because of competition.
Good.
Yeah, man, that's great. It sucks for everybody who bought them wicked early.
Yeah.
But yeah, so be on the lookout for those price cuts and make sure you follow the performance benchmarks. The ones that I like to use, the people that I like to use are Jay's 2 Cents and Gamers Nexus. Gamer Nexus being number one for me. They definitely go through and they do some rigorous testing on a lot of things, and I'm pretty sure Digital Foundry as well will help you guys out with that. But so far, from what I've seen on all the performance reviews on it, it's faster than the 4080, priced at $200 less than the 4080. But the main thing about the difference between 4080 and AMD, like NVIDIA and AMD, is NVIDIA just does RTX way better. DLSS is just a way better system. So yeah, whenever you pay for a 4080, you're paying for the additional features. Like ray tracing is better on these platforms. DLSS is only on NVIDIA anyway. It's just a far superior platform to FSR, and things like that. So just, do your research is all I'm saying.
Yep.
Just do your research. Make sure you're getting what you want to use for the next few years, because these things are expensive, man. They're not getting any cheaper, even with crypto crashing and the prices coming back down and the stock coming back in, they're just not getting any cheaper, right? So let's just be cognizant of and make good decisions on that. Anyway, you got another thing you wanted to toss up there?
Yeah. A couple days announced before the Game Awards. We got an update from Riot Games on Project L. They had like a little 15-20 minute video from Tom Cannon, the lead game developer, also the creator of Rollback Netcode, GPO, created it. So he knows a little bit about fighting games. And this one, they showed Eloya, whatever her name is. The last video, which is earlier this year, like maybe 8-9 months ago.
Yeah.
She was just concept on a piece of paper. Then they showed her in game what she looks like, how the effects her particles and all that shit are working. The game constantly getting better looking. Like, god damn. They showed her, but then he wanted to talk about movement in the game, the fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
So in this game, you can dash, obviously move, walk, backdash, jump. Then you have short hop, super jump, and I want to say jump cancel, but I could be wrong on that one. Anyway, he was just talking about there's all kinds of movements in this game, like just insane amount of movements. And he goes, let's talk about the tag system. The tag system is pretty much just like MVCI. It's just a 2-player. You have your player who's on screen, that's your point.
Mm-hmm.
Your other guy's your assist. So when you hit the button, they'll come out and they'll assist. They can assist you in 2 ways. You can just tap the button and they come out and they do their move, or you can hold it down and they'll come out and do a secondary different move, but then they'll stay on screen. So it's how you do a hard switch.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is what they called, and again, he even said in the video, these terms are just bookmarks for actual terms until the game is released. It was something like a assist tag or assist handshake or some shit, where you can just call them in to just extend combos to keep it going. It's basically just an assist. But then there's one called assist breaker, which is basically like Guilty Gear's combo breaker.
Nice.
It's Guilty Gear's burst system or Killer Instinct's combo breaker.
Right.
So again, however the button, we don't know how the button's going to be mapped out on the controller or whatever. But when you do it, your assist guy comes out and does like a giant burst, like a shield burst, bam, and it interrupts whatever combo your opponent's doing.
Nice.
But you can also be baited out. So it showed the chick comboing off, and then she stops and backdashes, and the guy burst. She just jumps in and just keeps wailing on him because she baited it out. And I'm like, holy fuck, bro. It looked good.
Catching your fancy there?
This game is going to be insane because, again, it's Tom Cannon hand in hand with Riot Games, and anything Riot touches, it's insanely popular.
Right.
They have the lore. They're constantly adding to this lore that's in this Runeterra, this planet. And you saw the TV show Arcane, right?
Yeah, it was a great show. I don't even fucking like League of Legends.
The city was Piltover? No.
Something like that. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it sounds
familiar. I think it was Piltover. Yeah, it was Piltover.
Yeah.
And that's just, you got to think of it like Earth. Piltover, let's just say Piltover's New York.
Yeah.
Whereas you can go to Noxus or the Shadowmoor Isles, that's in fucking Hawaii.
Right.
It's on the other side of the globe. This is a giant, Runeterra is a giant place, and all these different countries along with continents, and they just have so much lore. Just like you would easily just read the character bios and read the lore, and you'll be like, okay, I like this character just based on his lore. This sounds like a badass. Or I like this character because he's from this place. And so they have all this to build upon essentially in a fighting game. And man, it's just, plus it's free to play. Like, and they keep saying it like every time. We just want our game to be accessible to everybody.
Right.
That's why it's free to play. That's why we have all these different mechanics, like movements and things like that, is because we want people to be able to pick it up, hit buttons, easy execution, but it's going to take practice.
Easy to play,
master.
Difficult to master.
Exactly. You know, that's their whole motto. And I'm like, man, and that game's not coming out next year.
No,
it's not.
All right.
And we
can wait.
Just looking at it, you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Well, we got 2 great fighting games coming out next year already.
Well, we got Street Fighter and what, Tekken?
Tekken.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's no way we can add Project L to that. That is a fucking bloodbath for Game of the Year. It's already going to be a juggernaut. Fighting Game of the Year. It's already going to be a juggernaut of a battle between Tekken and Street Fighter.
Yeah. Like, it's going to be a tough one.
I'm probably going to pick up both.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, I'm a Street Fighter fanboy. Always have been. But with 7, and I've played Tekken since like 4. And with Tekken 7, man, I definitely got a better grasp of the game. And that's a game where I have no legacy because I can pick up a Street Fighter game and I can pick Ryu.
Right.
And I know 90% of his movesets.
Right.
And I can do it and play well. Whereas Tekken, even if I pick King, they're constantly adjusting little things. So some legacy does carry over from previous versions. But it's like learning a new game every time.
Right.
And man, it's already difficult because every Tekken character has like 180 moves.
Yeah.
You don't need all of them. Like any professional will tell you, they have a lot of moves, but you're only ever going to need like 30 of them. And you only need to learn 2 launchers. There.
That's
it. And at that point, it's you figuring out at which point to hit the launcher. And that's how you win at Tekken. That's the chess to it. Is you got 30 moves, 2 launchers. You have to figure out what move you want to throw out, and then you got to know what move to throw out for your launcher in order to go off on somebody. Anyway, so just based on what they put out in that video for Project L, that game is nowhere near complete.
That's fine.
I'd be amazed if it somehow makes it out next year.
Take your time.
Like, I definitely see it 2024, which I'm okay with it. Again, I'm totally okay with it. Because when that game does come out, every fighting, like Street Fighter next year, you're going to pay $70 to buy that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Minimum. They already got pre-orders for Ultimate Edition, $100 for Season 1 DLC characters. I'm like, okay, that's dumb. Again, I hate the business aspect of it already. Same for Tekken, I'm
It's
sure.
not any worse than Diablo 4's, which I want to get into.
Okay, but like I said, like when Project L comes out, it's it's definitely gonna change it. Like I guess I don't understand like because I look at multiverses the same way. It's a
Right.
free to play game, ton of people, easy access, and Warner Brothers has put out that they made a good chunk of money off of it
Yeah.
because they're just microtransactions.
Right.
So it's like
People.
I feel like they just trying to get their money early, faster.
Yeah.
It's like no, instead of just like the slow burn of like, hey, just over time you'll eventually get your money. Maybe it's just the way the Japanese
It's possible.
game.
Rick did a good segment on it on his show, the OS Rick Project.
Yeah,
This week I listened to it. He did a good little segment on that. He's not a big fan of Riot, so um, I on the other hand I don't have any issues.
yeah.
With
Why
it.
isn't he a fan of Riot though?
I'm not really too 100% sure on that. You'd have to listen to the show
Oh, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna
for
check it out.
sure. But
Probably listen on the way home tonight.
I didn't have any issues with it. To be fair, with Riot doing a free to play game, I think that them coming in and changing up the formula is a good thing. Whether or not they get all their money up front or release, a
Well,
slow
all
burn
their
over
games
time.
are free to play,
I'm talking about just
except for one. The Ruined King was like
right.
a action adventure game.
Yeah.
That was the only game they actually charged you money for,
But
and it was only like $40 though.
But what I'm talking about is the difference between, like, say, for instance, Capcom
Yeah,
and Riot. Where I feel like what's going to happen with this Project L, whatever it ends up being called, is that it's going to be free to play with skins and the big world and lore that you're talking about.
Yep.
It's just going to be around for a very, very, very long time. Just because of the amount of characters that they get added into it from all over the place. So I feel like this isn't like. I think they're going to get their money over time, but they're also going to spend a lot more time on the game in general. So whether or not the game comes out next year or not, completely different story. But they're gonna. I feel like this game is going to be supported. How long has LOL been out for now?
bro,
How long has it been out?
I
Like
played
just
like 2009,
League of Legends has been
2010,
on for forever.
forever, dude.
I feel like this is going to be another one of those types of League of Legends
Where it
games.
just constantly keeps going.
Yeah, '09 is when it released.
09, yeah.
So it's been out there for, and that's the same thing I'm gonna say about Project L. I think it's gonna be around for that long, if not longer. You know what I'm
So,
saying?
okay,
Because
so
there's no
you're
need for League of Legends to League of Legends 2. You know what I'm saying?
right. Okay, yeah.
It runs on
'Cause-
everything. They're gonna get their monies back and then some, plus colors and characters and rotations and battle passes if they end up doing that route or whatever like that. Like they're gonna make so much money on Project L just in general.
Yeah.
That I'm not mad at them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
not
mad at
either. But I want to say it comes down to just the Japanese culture of marketing and selling video games compared to the US culture.
Right.
Because if you think about it, there was another fighting game that was free to play that came out.
Multiverses.
No, Killer Instinct.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, and that's a US made game from
Yeah.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
So I truly believe it's a cultural thing. Like in America, they don't mind giving you away free games because they know in the end you're just gonna buy a ton of skins.
Right.
I mean, think of Fortnite, free to play game.
Yeah.
You spent money on the game.
I spent money.
I spent money on the game.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of things that are free to play,
Yeah.
and I spent money. I've
Yeah.
ignored the free part. You
But
know?
I enjoy. That's the thing about. But that's the thing about Fortnite is not only is it a great third-person shooter
Mhm.
battle royale. The fact of the matter is like they're putting things in the game that everybody enjoys. So whether or not it's like the actual Fortnite skins themselves,
Right.
like that Epic makes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also the collabs and stuff like that. So like right now there's Rick and Morty, there's Gears of War in there, there's the Hulk, there's you can get Moon Knight, Captain Marvel, you know what I mean? Like, and then they also have like
Ryu, Chun-Li.
yeah, and then they also have like their I'm just talking about in the store currently.
Oh, currently, yeah.
Currently
yeah.
in the store right now, that's what's in there.
You know what? You know what? The one I bought, it's the dude with the he has the suit on, but he has like a mask,
Yeah.
and he's either in black and gold or white and gold.
Oh,
and you
okay. I know
switch
what you're
it,
talking about.
and then you get the chick with it too.
Yeah.
I bought that.
Yeah. It's a dope skin.
I was like,
But
dude,
that's
that
one of
looks
their
cool
that's one of their handmade
That's one of
skins.
their originals. I was like, I saw it and I was just cruising through. Like, it was nothing that really I wanted. I saw that. I was like, the hell? I was like, oh, I could change this to white and gold.
Yeah.
I like that. I was like, wait, I like the way the chick looks too. And then there's like a third dude who's got like a gas mask on and he has this backpack as a little gas tank. I was like, 3 skins for the price of one for like $8 or some
Yeah.
bullshit. I'm like,
But that's the whole thing is like,
here's my $8, baby.
yeah, that's the thing is like that. Not only are they doing all the collabs to like draw you in
Yeah.
and everything like that, and not only do they do that, but they incorporate the world into it as well. So like Dragon Ball Z had an event
Yep.
that would happen in the game. They also included like a Kamehameha wave and a Nimbus cloud. So like there's all these things that they throw into the game to like bring more people into it, and then once you get the hang of it and get the basics down, then you stick around to play for longer, which is a very smart business model.
It's very smart.
But not only that, like I said, they've incorporated Unreal Engine 5. It's the 5.1 or whatever. It's the best looking game on the market right now, hands down. Like the best looking game that's out there. And it's the first fully Unreal Engine 5 game that's like playable that's out right now, which is phenomenal. So like the lighting and textures and the nanites and the lumites or whatever they're calling it these days. It's all great stuff. So like I have no issue, but like yeah, I have a feeling like League is gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean not League, but Project L or whatever is gonna end up doing the exact same thing. It's like they're gonna make it work. You know what I'm saying? It's just and it's gonna work for a long period of time. So Fortnite's been out for a long time. League of Legends has been out for a long time, and the reason why they've been so widely successful is not only is the gameplay great and fun and intuitive, but they keep on adding things to the game. They're not just coasting. You know what I mean? They're not just releasing a game and coasting. Because I felt like that's what happened with Street Fighter V. Is like they released the game, they coasted for like a year.
Well, they released a half-ass finished game,
right? So
the first time around.
They coasted for like a year, and then they kind of fixed it.
And what's weird is like going into this, just from what we've seen, even for the trailer we saw from the Game Awards, you'll notice every time they start any of these trailers, they always start with all the first-person stuff you can do. I'm not first, the player single player modes that you can do, which is the guy walking, looking around, and then he can summon in Ryu, and then you have your own moves because they're trying to
mini games
build this single player mode for this game. But you can also take that single player guy into the event hub and walk around and challenge people.
Right.
And that's whenever you go and you go to an arcade cabinet, sit down. That puts you into a queue to log into the game to play Street Fighter.
Right. Which is very good stuff.
It already feels like a way more complete game than Street Fighter V from launch, because there was no single player mode.
Right.
And I say that not because I fucking love single player modes. More often than not, I don't. But every now and then, it's like I want to play and finish out the story that is Street Fighter.
Right.
Like in this one, I want to know who this JP guy is, because the shit he's throwing out is the Hado, the Dark Hado, which is what Bison was after.
He's Old Man Bison.
He's not Old Man Bison.
I know,
but even he's like got the creepy laugh and everything. You're like, this guy's definitely evil.
Right.
Like he's in charge of the whatever organization is in this one now. Like I do want to play some of the story, just that's not what I'm all in for. But this already feels like a way more complete game.
Right.
But am I gonna pay $70 for it? Yeah.
Probably,
For sure.
For sure.
No.
Why are you asking rhetorical questions?
Yeah, no, I'm not asking a rhetorical question. And to be honest,
I'm gonna buy it.
A part of me is I haven't pre-ordered yet for a reason. I'm still debating getting that fucking special edition, collector's edition.
You know you're gonna do it, dude. Just do it.
You're
gonna kick yourself in the ass for not doing it. You're like, oh, why am I playing against this guy online who's got this color?
It gives you it does give you random ass colors, but it also gives you 2 figurines. It gives you the Kimberly.
Just order it, dude. Ball out.
And then but then it gives you like a still case book and then the physical copy of the game.
What are you gonna get it on? What platform?
Exactly. Like what platform am I gonna get it on?
PS5, maybe just come over to the house.
Right? No, I should just get it on PS5 because I would hope by June of next year.
When am I gonna play? Street Fighter 6? It's the only fucking game you're gonna play.
No, that God of War is gonna be out by then.
It's out. It's been out.
No, I'm saying like how many different games am I gonna actually play? I'll play those 2 games for sure.
Yeah. Forspoken. That demo. I did play the demo.
Maybe I might.
That demo's fucking fire, bro.
I still don't know what I'm playing Harry Potter on.
Oh, PlayStation 5.
That's in February, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
could
time.
I
It's
could
time.
get that. Yeah.
It's time. Time for you to upgrade
God
that
damn
PS1.
it looks like it is.
That base model PS4, bro.
Yeah, mine's
It's
just a
time.
base model. I turn that bitch on. It's just fucking a jet engine, baby. I'm like, all right,
It's
baby
time
girl.
though because
A few more weeks.
this quarter, this upcoming quarter is gonna be straight fire. Like
Yeah.
January, February, March is just
I
absolute
saw
fire.
fucking customer brought in not Gears of War. God damn it, a God of War PlayStation 5.
Already?
I didn't think they had those out.
There is a controller. I didn't think there was a God of War PlayStation 5.
Maybe it was just a box. It was just the artwork on the box thing,
Oh, okay, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because
did
they
do
don't have
that.
an actual.
Nah, it's white. It's still white. It's just
Okay.
that it comes with the game. And it doesn't even come with the fucking controller that they released with God of War. It's just a
regular,
white controller.
So,
yeah.
but it comes with the game.
Yeah, it comes with the game.
Okay, that's probably what it was. But yeah, customer brought that in the pawn. I'm like,
Man.
huh.
Stolen.
Now people, no, it's usually buyer's remorse.
No.
More often than not.
Just return the damn thing.
No, because they don't want to. They still want it. It's just they feel bad that they blew the money on it when they should have been doing something else. So they come pawn it, and then they come back a couple weeks later when the
pay more money
gone.
for it.
Yeah,
Pay more money.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you about two things before we get to the Game of the Year award.
Okay.
Unless you had something else. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're right. You're right. Not a professional podcast.
Nah, we're not.
Um,
We don't get paid.
I did the Project L update. Everything else I think I have is tied into the Game Awards.
All right.
Except for the Elden Ring.
The Coliseum update?
The Coliseum
That was
update.
one that I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
So
because you know more about it, I'm sure.
Coliseum update came out. There's 3 Coliseums in the world that you can go to perform PvP in. And you can do 1-on-1 with no summons, 1-on-1 with summons, and then 3-on-3 with and without summons. So yeah.
Wait, 3-on-3?
3-on-3, yeah. Plus, the summons. So that could be up to
6 things.
3 things per person.
Yeah, oh shit.
It's crazy. So I was watching some Twitch streams of that. That looks pretty fun. I haven't dipped my toe into it yet because I don't actually have a PvP build. But I do have to say that she's streaming. No, I do have to say that the stutter is gone.
Yeah.
From my my PC copy, which I used to have a lot of stuttering in the game. That seems to be gone now with this new update.
It's good.
Very good, very nice. That's the only reason I bought it on Xbox is because that stuttering issue is non-existent there. There's no shader compiling in that game whatsoever. So on Xbox, but on PC it's there, which is why you get the stutters. But with this new update, it seems to be gone. They also did some balancing and stuff like that. But the main thing here is that they added in a small little DLC update, which is great because these Colosseums were there in the game. You could see them, while traversing the world, but you're just like, hey, can you get in here? Whatever. Now you actually can. And it was just some random Tuesday. They're like, hey, there's a new update. The Colosseum update. This is what we're doing, which is
the main Coliseum that I know of, like, right, because you said there's 3. There's only one that I know of exactly where it's at, and it's because when you go into the Volcano Manor, they start giving you the quest to go kill those dudes.
Yeah.
His summon, the guy that uses the gravity pool,
right.
His summon is right outside one of the Coliseums.
Right.
And I did that, cleared it, and then I walked up to it, and I'm like, "What is this thing here? Like, how can I get in? Like, what do I do?"
Right.
And there's like the little ghost dude there.
So there's one there in the starting area.
Yeah.
There's one near the Capitol and one in Caelid. Those are the 3. But yeah, you get to go in there and do some PvP. So like people would just like choose specific spots to throw down their PvP signs, and that would be like their thing. Like there was
they have
spot at the magic school that was just a circle that people would use, but now they actually have a place to go, which is really cool. But like I said, random update,
Tuesday, bro.
Just random Tuesday. It's like, hey, we put out this update. Like they didn't announce anything, nothing. Just hey, free. That day, like that morning, like 1.08 is out.
That's my game of the year.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. That's my game of the year. Now, I've been calling it. Like I said, if you can get me to play a From Software game and make it enjoyable, as frustrating as it is,
right?
That says a lot, bro. Like,
Right.
that fucking says a lot. And I've definitely enjoyed my time. And like I said, the other day, I finally decided to go through the Royal Capital
Yeah. You
because
ain't
I
got that
saw
much
Rick
left to go.
playing. He was playing. He was just bullshitting. I'm like, man, I'm fucking over leveled. Like, let me just go through this shit. And
Yeah.
so I'll look up a guide how to get through it the quickest way. Got the fucking sword. I'm like, okay, let me go back to this thing, fight these bosses that I missed, and I'm still having fun with it, man.
That's a
Just
great game.
killing shit. Because even though I'm over leveled, I feel like things could still like two shot me. It's like, God
they still
damn, dude.
and that's gonna
weird.
persist. That's gonna
Yeah.
persist through the entire game. You just
Yeah.
have to be smart. Anything could kill you if you're just
Dumb,
stupid.
dumbass, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I get too arrogant
Yeah. Or
and
you
I'll
get
try to throw in.
overzealous.
Yeah, I try to throw in like 3 extra hits when I should be only doing 1.
Or if you panic roll, like I see people panic roll all the time. Dude. That's
Yeah.
the
Oh, I
worst.
do it.
That's
Yeah.
whenever you get caught. You
Yep.
roll, slab.
Yep.
Roll, stab.
But what gets me are the people that it seems like they play the game super, like they're lazy. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I want to say lazy, but lazy is probably the wrong way. Like, the guy literally made a video, and the boss will come and like stab him, and he just sidesteps it or dodges. Right, boom,
You mean they make it look effortless?
effortless. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it is. Yeah, they just make it look effortless. Or like if they have the shield, he'll just stand there and won't do anything, and then they'll come in and just boom,
Parry.
parry, and then he'll just boom, boom, then it just parry. Just
Yeah.
makes it, like you said, effortless. That's the word.
Yeah.
And I'm watching these dudes play like, God damn, dude. Like,
Yeah. You gotta learn. You just gotta learn
that's
their.
pretty good.
That's the whole thing is like learning the bosses'
Yeah.
mechanics and like what it is that they do. And yeah, like everything is intimidating at first, but that's the whole point of the game
Yeah.
is to go in there and to learn what to do when you're safe. Kind of like a fighting game, you know, when
Yeah,
you're
for
safe
sure.
to attack, whenever it's good to poke, when it's to get in, get out, that kind of thing. Like that game is phenomenal, and I'm glad it won Game of the Year.
Oh yeah.
And they, you know, Miyazaki's also said that they got more stuff planned for it, more DLC and
Good.
stuff. So that's hopefully in 2023 we see some DLC for it, which I'm assuming we will.
Yeah.
I'm assuming at least 3 DLCs, considering how big the game was. Because Dark Souls 3 got 3, and that was nowhere near as big as this launch. But speaking of Game of the Year, not the actual Game of the Year awards, but CD Projekt Red is going to put out a Cyberpunk 2077 Game of the Year edition.
Huh? How do you have Game of the Year if you didn't win Game of the Year?
That's what I want to know.
How?
So they're putting. Can't even say it with a straight face.
Like how,
So
bro?
they're putting out a Game of the Year edition after the expansion comes out.
What?
So the expansion is going to come out, right? And you're going to pay for the expansion. Like people that want to play the expansion. Like myself, I want to play the expansion. I want to see Idris
Yeah.
Elba and the whatever,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
I want to see how this plays out. Okay, I'm all right with that. But after that is out and the dust is settled on that, then they're going to release a new version of the game that includes that DLC.
Okay.
And they're going to call it a Game of the Year edition, which is the funniest fucking thing to me because
That's awesome.
they didn't win any Game of the
They
Year
didn't
awards.
win no Game of the Year.
Bro, that game came out and it just got lambasted. So I found it hilarious, for obvious reasons. That's
Jeez.
that's like Avatar putting out a movie of the year edition, and then being like a shit movie. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh man. Anyway,
That's horrible.
it's just funny, like because some fucking random blogger gave you Game of the Year award,
right?
You're just it's the Game of the Year
It's the
edition.
Game of the Year. Yeah.
It's like those fake laurels on all the games that come out. You know, like they put it on Steam. Rick has this big thing with it too. Like we would always make fun of it or whatever, but they always had like these 10 out of 10 from some bullshit ass game review company or whatever, 5 out of 5. Oh man, it always made me laugh. But yeah, CD Projekt Red is so far up their own ass that they're going to release a Game of the Year edition for a game that did not win Game of the Year.
The Witcher 3 comes out this week?
Wednesday on the 14th.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. So
I got to get it.
That's Game of the Year.
Oh yeah.
That actually won Game of the Year.
Oh, I know it did. And I remember when 2020 rolled around. 2020? Yeah.
That game came out in 2017,
Right.
like March.
Witcher 3?
Yeah, the original.
2015.
Is it 2015?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
But no, I'm saying like because they always use because we're going into a new decade. So yeah, it's 2021. Yeah, because 2011 to 2020 is 10 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I remember when they were going to 2021, they were doing like
Games of the decade.
of the decade.
Yeah.
And that was game of the decade.
Oh, for sure it was.
And I was like, that's what got me to want to play it. I was like, dude, if it's good for a whole ass decade,
It's
let me
still-
rock this bitch. And I was playing it, and again, she got corrupted. I was like, I'm not going back.
It still holds up to this day. It's
So
still
I'm
phenomenal.
definitely gonna pick it up.
Are
This
you
week.
gonna play it on the Series S?
Probably. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering,
Yeah.
like, how you gonna end up playing that?
No, because I have it on the PlayStation 4, but that shit got corrupted, and I deleted it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You
And I'm
ain't
not
pick
gonna.
up a
And it's
PS
not a next gen, so
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna get on that.
Now's the time to pick up a
Yeah,
PS5,
the PS5,
bro.
right? No, fuck.
Quit
man.
bullshitting. Just
I
go
quit
pick it
bullshitting.
up. Treat
And
yourself.
what's
It's your
fucked up,
birthday.
it's not just that. Maybe we get our bonuses. This is
Oh,
paycheck,
boy. You about to make it rain at your job, son. Don't be one of those Walmart motherfuckers that works at Walmart for 40 hours a week, then turns around and spends their check on the groceries at Walmart, bro.
No.
Come on,
No.
dog. They work at Walmart, they cash their check at Walmart, they go into the store that they work in and immediately buy everything.
And what's
that
weird
they
is I rarely buy anything from work. Like, to be honest, the only thing I've legit bought from work is either a gun. I bought 2 guns and tools, mainly tools. Because I have no tools. Like, it's fucking weird that you would need tools. Like, let's say I wanted to put some shelves up. I had no tools to put shelves
Yeah,
up,
it
bro.
makes
You know what I'm
sense.
saying?
It
So I
makes
was like,
sense.
let me just buy some fucking
Yeah.
good shit. And I get to pick the best of the best, be honest
Right.
here, dude. Like, and let's just say some of these items that come through our door look like they may or may not have never made it to a store.
Right. I
So,
get what you're saying. What were we talking about just a second ago?
but
Yeah,
anyway,
but now it's time for you to pick up a PS5, bro.
Probably,
I mean,
dude.
that'll hold you over all the way up until June. A long time. Plus
it's a
God of
long
War.
time.
Plus God of War.
I mean, there's still some games I play. I play Apex on my PS.
Damn,
Only
bump it up to
because-
PS5.
Only because there's
Hey.
no cross progression or cross save yet. Even though they said it was coming out this year.
Hey, they
Hey,
got
man,
a couple weeks. December 31st.
Got 2 weeks there, bro.
December 31st.
Now, there's an account I follow on Twitter. And like literally once a week, he'll update it. Like, hey, man, year's almost up. How's that cross progression coming along? Like, god damn. And like, you just go back through all his tweets. It's like, that's all it is. That's all it is.
T-minus 59 days to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Where you at,
EA.
man? A little
Um,
late. But
That's funny.
Oh.
But get your PS5 already, dude.
I
Quit
might just
bullshitting.
buy a PS5.
What are you doing? Thought you were
I
a
don't
gamer,
know.
bro.
I thought you were a gamer, bro. Like, I don't know. I might. They don't have a black version, though?
Yeah, you can get the black face plates. They're like $20. Relax. Relax, dude. It doesn't matter what color the console
So
is.
there's no limited edition one out yet?
No. Then they're never
That's
limited edition anyway. So
That's true.
just go buy your PS5 already, dude. Get whoever's gonna make you a tumbler to jazz it up. They can do the Hydra dip with those faceplates. Come off easy, bro. You pop one corner, you slide it off. It's over. Easy peasy. Anyway, we're an hour in. Let's hop into these game awards.
God damn.
Hour in. I gotta go to bed in 20 minutes.
Oh, shit.
Kidding.
Good luck.
Quite a few things got announced. I want to talk about the big ones. We already
Okay.
talked about Street
Are we
Fighter
just going to make
6.
this a two-parter? Like,
Nah.
one part two?
No. This is gonna be a one-parter, right?
See about that.
All right. So we already talked about Street Fighter 6, which is a big release. for
Yeah.
next year. That wasn't a world premiere or anything like that, but they did show off a bunch of new characters.
DJ, Manon, Marissa, and JP.
Right.
DJ,
brand new
we all
characters.
know who he is. The other 3 new characters.
Right.
The release date is June 2nd,
Oh, you got the release date this
2023. Yeah. I also got the release date for Diablo 4,
time? June 6th.
June 6th, 2023.
But yeah, so
Which I don't like.
right.
It should have been 4/4/2022 or 2023.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like 4 Diablo 4, 444, whatever.
Going back to Street Fighter 6 though. They showed off the 4 new characters.
Yep.
3 of them being brand new to the series,
Yep,
right? One of
brand
them
new characters.
One of them is a returning character. And then they showed off a bunch of new modes, like mini games, I guess.
Yeah, they have like a mini game mode.
Like, there was like a karate. He was like chopping bottles in half. A bunch of little stuff like that, and a bunch of the stages too, which was really cool to see.
Yeah, a lot of the stages look incredibly good. Um, Again, I just want to see more because usually they'll do like character reveal trailers
Mhm.
and they go a little more in depth into them later on. Like it's probably going to come starting February. They're
Right.
going to start rolling these trailers and they'll tell you like, hey, if you like this character, let's just use Ryu as an example. So
Mhm.
like here's Ryu. He has a fireball. He has a dragon punch, a hurricane kick. These are his special moves. Here's his super or critical or whatever the fuck they want to call it this time around. And then it's like you play this character because he's well balanced. He has good offense, good defense. You know,
Mhm.
that's why you want to play this character.
Right.
And then they'll pick another character and be like, hey, you play this character because he's a grappler, or you play this character because he's a zoner.
Mhm.
So I'm waiting for those videos for the new characters.
Right.
Because
See what
just
kind of
watching
characters-
them, it's like, okay, it looks cool. Like I could tell the big chick Marissa is a fucking straight up grappler, but she's also wearing Muay Thai outfit and she's doing front kicks from Muay
Right.
Thai. And I'm like, so is she a grappler or not? Like, I need to know this. And what's weird is I think I'm gonna end up playing that chick. Just
The hybrid
just
maybe.
right now, I feel like I'm gonna play that chick.
That's fine. You can play them all because you're gonna get all the characters on release.
Oh, on release, yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely excited for that.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about Tekken 8.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that?
They didn't give a release date on that one, did they?
No, not
No.
a release date, but they showed a few new characters. Returning
Well,
characters.
Yeah, all those characters are in the game. We're in Tekken 7, with the exception of the mom, June.
Right.
She hasn't been in a Tekken game since Tekken 5 or 4.
Right. But she was dead.
She's dead.
Right.
But somehow she's magically back. But
That's
it's Tekken because at this point, Heihachi's died like 3 times and they
Right.
keep bringing him back. But notice they haven't played Heihachi because he died in the last one. Again.
maybe he might just be skipping again. Or he
Again.
might be a DLC character.
I could see him as a DLC character.
For sure.
But they are making this all about family. So it's the mom, the dad, obviously the son, all fighting each other. It showed King, Jack 8, the giant robot, Paul with his fucking weird ass hair. And then they showed Martial Law, who looks like he belongs in Mortal Kombat.
He was ripped.
And man, they are hating his look, dude.
Why? He was so
Everybody.
ripped.
He looks like he belongs in Mortal Kombat. I don't mind it. I think the character looks cool. He looks like fucking Bruce Lee, But man, there are so many people online just hating it.
He had the biggest pecs with the most striations I've ever seen. You can see every muscle fiber on his chest. I was like,
he's
yo.
fucking just jacked up, bro. But,
So we talked about a little bit about these games already. There was quite a few games that were, we already knew about them. They weren't like world premieres. Another one I wanted to bring up was Diablo 4.
yeah,
The cinematic, like I said, was phenomenal.
yes,
They always do really good jobs on those. The one thing I wanted to talk about though is the collector's edition, ultimate edition, all that shit, right?
Mhm.
So we have a mutual friend named Juan, and he collects those boxes,
Okay,
right? So they have a collector's edition box, like they've always done, those big
yeah,
top bottom boxes or whatever. They're releasing one of those for Diablo 4.
Okay.
Doesn't come with Diablo 4.
oh, okay, yeah. They did the same thing with God of War.
God of War?
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
They
Yeah,
released that. You get the Mjolnir or whatever,
Yeah.
but you don't get the actual game. The game's
What?
sold separately. Like weird.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's weird, bro. It's
I didn't
weird.
buy that. I'm not a big like collector's edition
I'm not
person either.
I'm not either.
So, I thought that was weird.
It
also
is weird.
it also has a battle pass.
Diablo
It's a full price game
with the battle pass.
with the battle pass system.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But they're saying that it's going to be all cosmetic stuff. Allegedly.
Okay.
I don't really trust Blizzard on that
yeah,
one.
at this point I can't.
I'm just waiting for Microsoft to take over.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're doing like a collector's, like a base edition, which is just the game, and then you get like a mount and a skin or something for the next edition up with the battle pass, and the next edition up from that, the ultimate edition, you get the game, the mount, skin, or whatever, like
So
a
there's
couple
mounts
other
in this
skins.
game?
Yeah, there's mounts because it's open world MMORPG or something like that.
Okay.
kind of like Diablo Immortal is, where like you're in an instance basically, kind of like Lost Ark did as well. Like you're in an instance, you go out into the world, you join an instance there, and
Right.
there's like different realms, so you could just like join whatever realm if some world boss is attacking or something like that. That's a new version of the game that's being done.
Okay.
So they're doing that, and then but like the Ultimate Edition comes with a few extra things, plus the Battle Pass, plus the I guess the Fast Track Battle Pass, where you get like 40 levels or some shit like that. And then you also get 4 days early access to the game before the game actually releases, and you get to play in the open beta for
Damn.
$100. So they finally gave a release date on that one for June 6th.
Hell yeah.
I want to touch. I want to pick
I'll be playing
Morris's.
Street Fighter. I'm just saying.
I want to pick Morris's brain on that one just a little bit. Yeah, because June is pretty stacked as well already. I mean, you have Street Fighter, right? You have Diablo 4. At the end of the month, you also get Final Fantasy 16.
God damn.
And that's just June. that's just June.
That's PlayStation 5 also.
That's all PlayStation 5. So once again, another game that we've already known about. Not a world premiere, but they showed off another CG trailer with some gameplay mixed in was Final Fantasy 16. They also gave it a full-on release date of June 22nd.
I don't have enough time to play all these games.
Bro, there's so many that
that's where it's getting.
So
that's
many.
The point it's getting to, dude. Like,
yeah,
it's so like we have all the funds.
Yeah, but just not enough time.
Not enough time, bro. Like, fuck.
So yeah, man. And then a little bit on the news side where like they were already showing off games that existed or whatever. Call of Duty is getting a raid tomorrow, or no, on Wednesday.
Wednesday, yep.
So that's coming out. Last of Us Part 1 is coming to PC in May. We've already known about that. Star Wars Survivor, we hadn't seen any gameplay. We finally got gameplay.
Damn, it looked good.
That looks great.
That's definitely
day one pickup.
Day one.
Hey, bro, what are you waiting on? Get a PS5 already. Jesus Christ, how many times am I going to tell this kid? That one comes out March 17th.
Let me just get
Juan's
two
birthday.
PS5s.
Juan's birthday, right?
March 17th?
Yeah.
Yeah, Juan's birthday.
Juan's birthday there. I'm looking for games that already existed. So Dead Cells is having a crossover with Castlevania. They didn't really show
That was a cool trailer, though.
They didn't really show any gameplay, but they just showed the trailer.
The trailer was dope, though.
Which is really cool. Vampire Survivors is on mobile devices now, which is the greatest trailer of the entire night.
Because everybody has mobile phones, right?
Yeah, you guys have phones?
Damn, dude. It's so good. Like, Jesus
It was a 30-second trailer, dude. And they just ripped apart.
They ripped apart a fucking AAA
studio. Oh,
yeah.
Bro, so great.
Fuck, bro.
They just didn't. They gave no fucks. Returnal is coming to PC, also in March. And yeah, those are like the games that have already existed that everybody already kind of knew about.
Yeah.
But now I want to talk. About some world premieres.
Okay.
And I want to start with one of my favorites, which was Hades 2. That was the one that kicked off the show.
Yeah.
And that was a hell of a first drop. It's from Supergiant Games. It's gonna go into early access, kind of like Hades 1 did, where they released the game. You can purchase the game early, play the game early, and like as they're updating and stuff, you get to go through the game and check out all the new updates and all that other stuff. And they're very upfront about that game model, and they did fully release the game. It did very, very well. Yeah. It was a contender for Game of the Year last year.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember it being Hades,
like
being a contender for Game of the Year. Yeah.
So now they're already working on part 2, which I thought was insane.
It was more Game of the Year than fucking Cyberpunk. Just saying, bro. Like, just saying.
But this one's got a new protagonist and an antagonist, and
looks good as fuck, dude.
The art style is the same art style as Hades 1. It looks great. New weapons, new powers and stuff like that. It looks good. So super, super duper stoked for that. And I think if you haven't played part 1, it's a hack and slash. It's many, many hours. I think I put like 50 hours in that game. It's super fun.
Okay.
For the price. I mean, for not being a AAA studio release and whatnot.
Right.
Fucking phenomenal. So I'm excited for that. I don't know how you feel about it, but do you have a world premiere that you saw that you're excited for that you want to bring up? You want to talk about?
No, because I didn't take any notes.
You didn't take any notes?
You were taking all the
I
notes.
took all the notes, baby.
I'll let you know if I'm hyped for one.
Okay.
I'm glad that game's coming out only because I know you and Rick
We spoke highly.
spoke highly.
Very
Even
highly.
Mikkel, because I saw Mikkel playing it. Like they even streamed it. She streamed it one time when she was playing it.
Yeah.
And she enjoyed it. So I was like,
Yeah, she had a blast.
if games are gonna come out, my friends are gonna enjoy it. Then fucking bring it on, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Going back to the pre-show, with what's her face? Sydney
Sydney Goodman.
Goodman. So they started off with Dead Cells, Castlevania crossover. Very excited for that. I'm assuming that'll be a $5 like DLC or whatever.
Yeah.
Vampire Survivors coming to phones. That's great. Valiant Hearts is going to be on Netflix.
Yep.
Games, if that's still a thing.
That's still a thing.
They announced the Returnal on PC. That's okay. And then they had a world premiere for Hellboy, Web of Word.
Yeah.
How'd you like that art style? Or
the art was kind of all right. It's very comic booky, but didn't really show anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how to get hyped for a game I don't know nothing about. You know?
Right.
Like if I'm supposed to get hyped just because it's Hellboy, that's not gonna happen.
True.
Like the Hellboy movies were good, but like fucking clamoring for a fucking video game on Hellboy. You know?
Right.
Wolverine on the other hand, yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
I'm waiting on that. Then they showed off a game called Post Trauma, which was it kind of looked like Silent Hill.
Yeah.
I guess you didn't like the art style on that one too much. I remember we talked about it during the actual Game of the Awards. We actually watched it here live, and I've got the full video of it. I'll be posting clips throughout the week. But Post Trauma was announced. Then they showed off one that I think we both kind of enjoyed, which was called Viewfinder. And it was that game was like first person, and you would like pick up objects and put them down in the world, and they would like gain size or like add a path or something like that.
It was very artsy, like abstract.
Yeah.
Right?
And it looked like Portal, but
not
yeah.
make an actual portal. Like you would have a picture of a bridge, and when you laid it down, it created the bridge, so you can just walk across the bridge into the picture. Like it's very tripped out. Like it was surreal.
Right.
But it looked fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, it looked really, really good. Then they showed off one called Scars Above, which launches February 28th. That's a sci-fi third-person action shooter, and it looked like there was like a lesson in there. There was a lot of those.
I feel like there was like 3 videos with lessons.
There was so many lessons in this game. But that one comes out February 27th, 28th, somewhere around there. And it looked like a run and gun sci-fi action game. It looked good.
That one looked fun. That one looked
good. Then they showed off a little bit of the hide and seek Among Us.
Oh yeah. Mode or whatever.
Among Us mode, which is out already, I think.
Damn.
If I'm not mistaken. And then after that was a game called After Us, which is what was it? It was it's by Piccolo Studios and Private Division. That one comes out next year. Why are you shaking? What's going on here? I'm trying to find the Steam page here. I don't have the Steam page.
For After Us?
Yeah. Oh, stop that.
Wow.
You can be quiet. Let me see here. What Oh, this was that here. Look over. That was like it looked like you were trying to like rebuild the world. The girl runs around and creates like
I do remember this one. Yeah.
Like a platformer, whatnot. That one comes out next year. Not really my style, I guess.
No, definitely not my style either.
Which is why I didn't leave that big of an impression in my head. And then the last one that they showed off at the pre-show was a game called Replaced. And I'll be looking these up as we go along here. Oh, Phoebe, are you good? No? You good? Replaced was that 2D side-scrolling one. It was like a futuristic sci-fi, cyberpunk. Hey, get down. You said you don't like pixel art either.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
The game looked really cool.
No, I remember that one because I was one of the few that was pixel art.
It was pixel art, but it looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
I need to add that one to my wish list. On Steam. And then they, of course, kicked off the show, the actual show with Hades. Too. And of course, they've given out awards and all this stuff in the. But we're not here to talk about the awards.
No.
After Hades was a game called Judas by the creators of BioShock. And you could definitely tell the creators of BioShock made this game. You have a left hand and a right hand. The left hand does one thing, the right hand does the other thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It looked very, very cool. I don't know if you stop me at any time, please, if you want to talk about any of these. Bayonetta Origins, which looked nothing like a traditional Bayonetta game. It's top-down, story-driven type deal, right?
Yeah.
And then another
a Bayonetta fan.
Fair enough. And another 2D side-scrolling game by the creators of Celeste called Earthblade. You remember that one?
I kind of remember that one.
Yeah, Celeste is one of the hardest games ever.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, this one is more in the same vein, but it seems a little bit more heavy on combat. Celeste wasn't. There's no combat in Celeste.
Yeah,
you're just trying to get from point A to point B without dying, basically.
Okay.
But yeah, so Earthblade, I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit more information on that one, because I love Celeste so much. It was such a great game. And then my favorite news from that night was Death Stranding 2. Mr. Hideo Kojima.
Fucking nowhere, bro.
Out of nowhere, out of left field. I thought it was gonna be like a complete brand new game. And
which
it is.
It is, but it's still part of the Death Stranding IP. But he already said he's working on something else too that's not a part of an already established IP.
Right.
So that's what I was thinking he was gonna put out tonight or during the Game Awards, but no.
What did you think about that trailer in general?
It's cool. Again, I never played Death Stranding 1. I don't feel like it was my type of game, but I like Kojima games for all the little nuances he puts into the games or whatever.
Right.
And of course, he brought back Norman Reedus. Old man Reedus.
Old man Reedus, bro. So he's got gray hair now.
Yeah.
And then
it's gonna do well. Let's put it that way.
It's gonna do well.
Yeah.
If they're making a sequel, it's gonna do well. Then after that was the next game was Immortals of Avium. This was a world premiere. It was it's a magic, like a magic shooter, I guess. Remember which one I'm talking about?
Yeah. Because I was like, they already have this game. It's called Spellbreakers. But,
yeah.
But Spellbreakers, they've already canceled that game. So I'm like, cool.
So this one's a little bit different. It's it appeared during the show, Thursday night, but it had like explosions and like special effects with like all these magic things, but it's from people that made Dead Space and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be like just a straight up like, I don't know, like a third person action game.
Shooter.
It looked fucking great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see what else.
I want to see more gameplay. From
gameplay for sure.
And then they showed off one called Nightingale, which was open world action, survival action, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so this is the Victorian one, the Nightingale.
That had a lesson in it too, right?
Yeah, that one had a lesson in it too. So if you want to see here, quick little pictures from
No, I remember that one.
Open world survival.
That one I already added to my wish list on Steam.
Crafting.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It says coming soon. You can get into early access, I'm assuming. But yeah, that one looked super fun and interesting. And I'm always a big fan of those open world games because I think they also did I don't have it on my notes here, but I guess I missed the note. But they also did the Dune game as well, where it's an open world survival MMO type thing as well. So there was 2 of those open world survival games that were announced.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Dune just because I want to know more about the world.
Yeah.
Spice Wars and all that shit. I'm ready for the part 2 of the movie.
Hell yeah, me too.
Apparently Florence Pugh was in it.
Was he?
He's in this next part 2 or whatever. But I feel like that chick's been in a lot of movies right now.
What was that dude that plays Atreus? Is that his name?
The main guy,
Yeah,
Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet.
I don't know.
Chalamet.
Yeah, he's gonna be Willy Wonka too.
Is he?
Yeah,
Interesting. I did not.
yeah.
I did not know that. But I mean, you get Johnny Depp to do it. Then they showed off Diablo 4, June 6, 2023 release.
After
date,
we had a Halsey concert
after we had a half naked Halsey on stage.
with the ugly haircut.
Yeah, it's terrible, dude.
It's ugly
You should
haircut,
just
bro.
posted her on Fuck My Shit Up Reddit.
Fuck my shit. Hell
Just
yeah.
Fuck My Shit Up, fam.
Get up.
And then we got some DLC announcement from Horizon called Burning Shores. That one's out April 19th, 2023.
Oh yeah.
It takes place in
The Burning Shores.
it takes place in Hollywood, California, LA, basically. I'll probably end up picking it up. I enjoyed Horizon. I know a lot of people don't, but a lot of people do, which is why it was a part of Game of the Year. It was a contender for it. So
Was it really a
it
contender though?
was. It was.
I mean, they could have put Cyberpunk in that category too.
I mean, it finally did release.
It wasn't gonna win.
And they showed off a game called Blue Protocol, which was it was from Amazon Games and Bandai Namco
Yeah.
MMORPG.
Yep.
The art style looks cool, but Amazon Games leaves a sour taste in my mouth with the past 2 game releases that they've done. 3 game releases that they've done. I don't know what you thought about Blue Protocol.
They did. I know they did the New World.
Right.
What was the other one?
They did New World. They did Lost Ark.
Lost Ark. That's the one.
And then they did the one before both of those that got canceled. It was like an MMO that just straight up got canceled.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why do they keep going to the MMO route?
Because of their moneymakers.
They just make a fun card battle like Snap.
Dog. I've been playing the shit out of that. Why'd you do this to me?
Stupid, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's just something about jumping into a game, it taking up less than 3 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
You get an outcome, win or lose.
Right.
Even when you lose, you're getting stuff out of it.
Right.
Like, God damn, dude, that's a perfect addictive formula.
The problem is I don't actually have to pay for anything.
Nothing. And all the stuff you do pay for is just cosmetics.
Yeah. I don't even pay for it.
Don't. Don't. Like, you already have a Hulk card. Why do you want the Hulk card to look like
Pixel Hulk or
a
something.
Pixel Hulk or whatever? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Dude, like, what the hell? Yeah. And once you unlock a whole bunch of cards, like they have different tiers that you get, it just constantly
Yeah.
keeps going up. Well, once you get to a certain tier, you have a X amount of cards in your card pool available to you. That's whenever you get into the it's gonna be free to play. Just gonna say,
Of course it is.
I'll try it.
I'll give it a shot.
I'll give it a shot. Maybe I might like it. Maybe not. I mean,
Yeah.
I like New World, but my problem with New World, and I pointed it out when I was playing the game. If you only have one character, you can do everything.
Everything.
So once you get higher up in the levels, there's no reason to go back to do lower level shit.
Right.
So therefore, let's say, oh, now my friend Rick wants to jump in, new character. Okay, I can help him out.
Yeah. It downscales you.
It downscales me, but I'm not getting anything.
Right.
Like, it's weird.
I get it.
Whereas in a normal MMO, you would just, well, time to roll up a mage because I rolled up a knight the
Right.
first time
I'm
around.
gonna go play with my friend now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I pointed that out from the get go.
That is the issue. It is
It
an
is
issue.
definitely
with it.
the
But
issue.
it was also some other
Then they had no
balancing-
in-game content.
no in game.
They're like, oh, it's PvP. Like, no. You have to have other things for the people that don't want to PvP.
Correct.
Like, no, it's a PvP game. Like when you play this game, you know you're signing up for PvP.
Yeah,
can't-
I didn't like the main thing I didn't like was the gang factions. I guess the factions that you choose.
Yeah.
and like
It wasn't very well thought out.
Nah.
I think they fixed it since, but they had to fix it because tons of people quit
yeah,
and they completely had to merge and delete servers
Yeah.
and merge worlds and
Yeah.
it was a clusterfuck.
Then after that was a Remnant 2, which was a game that's very fond to me. Remnant 1 is phenomenal. Third person shooter with like Dark Souls boss fights, basically. And it's great to play with a squad if you have a squad to play with. But you could also do it solo. The game is pretty damn good, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of Remnant 2.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Remnant at
Nope.
all? All right.
But I remember you talking about it.
Great game. I think it was free on PS Plus for some time there. Next up was Transformers. I have a buddy of mine online in our Discord group. He says that he can't believe that a Transformers game is going to win Game of the Year 2024.
Oh, damn.
To which I replied, no game ever in the history of the Video Game Awards or any game awards is ever going to win Game of the Year, ever. It'll never happen. Transformers could be 1,000 years old. It will never win Game of the Year. Get out of your fucking head, Gio.
Damn.
But the new Transformers game, I believe it comes out in 2024. And it was basically a CG trailer where they were showing people working on what ended up being Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Right? No gameplay whatsoever.
None.
The next game up was Behemoth. Let me look this one up.
With the Leshen.
I'm assuming.
No, it's the one you're walking around and you got the giant dude and it's like, oh, you gotta take it into your own hands.
Oh yeah. That one looked fucking cool.
It looked good. It looked good.
Yeah, it looked really good. What is it? VR though?
What?
Yeah, it was. It was a VR game.
Really?
Yeah, it's a VR game. That one's
Looks
gonna
good
be
for a VR
on
game.
PSVR 2, PC, and MetaQuest.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But you're like swinging off of these giants. And
Yeah.
stuff. It was basically Shadow of the Colossus, but for VR.
Yep.
That one did look pretty fucking sweet.
It did.
You thought it was a separate game. I remember that, but anyway. I don't know if I'll play that. It looked like it would give me motion sickness if I was swinging from one part of this giant behemoth onto another part. I was like, how am I gonna?
He's just gonna hang off his nutsack.
Right. But yeah, that one looked pretty fucking sweet. And then next up was Banishers. That one's made by the people who made Life is Strange. It was called
Okay.
Banishers Ghost of Eden.
Yeah.
That
Where
one
they're
looks,
sitting in like a tavern or some
yeah.
shit. Yeah, that one looked good. And they got us. They got us good, bro, because they went into a gameplay. And we're like, oh, we're getting gameplay. And then all he did was he got attacked,
Yeah.
parried, and that was it. I'm like, you bitch.
He was going in for the swing.
Yeah.
So it was full
Like, you
CG into like the last 15
motherfucker,
seconds
dude.
of it.
Yeah.
So it shows the title screen.
Yep.
And then it goes into like the combat. Like
Yeah,
the
we're
guys
like,
walking.
hell yeah, dude,
Oh, it
we're
looks
getting
great.
game-
He's following a ghost.
Yeah.
Following a ghost. He's going
Look
to
at
attack
him, dude. He
somebody.
looks good.
Yeah, the whole character models look
The
great.
skeletons come alive. He breaks out the thing, and that's it.
And you're like, ah.
Motherfucker.
2023 though. I'm excited for that
Yeah.
one. That one looks really
I
good.
put that on my wish list already on Steam.
For sure.
I think that was one of them. Yeah.
After Banishers Ghosts was Warhammer Space Marine 2,
Hard pass.
which
bro.
is a third person
Yeah.
action game. I didn't really like the first one, so I'm probably gonna skip up on this one. I just don't see how you can move around in that giant ass armor.
Yeah. I like the lore of 40K. Like the lore is really fucked up.
Yeah.
But almost every 40K game that comes out, I just can't play. Like
Why?
I've tried. They're just too convoluted.
Hmm.
Because they try to do too much. Like
I think this Dark Tide one is pretty good, but you're a prisoner. You're a prisoner, so you could be Ogren, which is ogre. A tech priest, I forget what they're called. A sharpshooter and like a Templar or some shit like that.
right. But it's the same formula as
Vermintide,
Vermintide and
right?
all those games. Yeah. Those to me aren't like a true 40K game.
So there's another one called Meet Your Maker, which is coming out April 4th, 2023. Allegedly, we can't actually say release dates anymore because shit changes
Exactly.
so often.
Delays.
But Meet Your Maker is that one first person shooter where you get to create your own base, and make traps and set up the enemies, and then,
Yeah.
like you can have people come and like invade your town or whatever your structure.
Your fortress or whatever.
Yeah, that one looks super fucking cool and
Yeah.
interesting and like a completely brand new concept. And I'm very excited for that one.
Yeah.
April
I
4th.
want to see what other people come up with.
Yeah.
There's some creative ass motherfuckers out there. And
Yeah.
they're gonna come up with some stupid fun stuff.
Yes, sir. Then you had a Blood Bowl 3 shown off, which
Oh,
was
yeah.
random.
That was weird.
I haven't seen a Blood Bowl game in a long time. Not really my cup of tea.
Not
but
mine either.
It's all right. Another one that wasn't going to be on my list here was Crash Team Rumble.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't decide if that was gonna be like ARAM, all random, all mid type
Yeah.
game. That's what it looked like to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh
Like
yeah.
it
It
just
did.
one lane, and it was like one, like this fight. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, but with Crash Bandicoot, I don't know.
It's not an IP that I'm like, oh, I love Crash Bandicoot.
Right.
Yeah.
And then another one that I got excited for here was the Lords of the Fallen, which
Yeah.
was that one where he's holding up that lantern and everything's
Yep.
like decaying in front of him. The original one just didn't do so hot. Lord of the Fallen.
Yeah. I definitely don't remember the first one.
It didn't do so well because it didn't perform, like the performance of it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
This one, if it releases correctly, should do well. I'm not really sure when this one's supposed to come out, but let me look that up. But the graphics and all that stuff on the first one were amazing anyway, but that's why I guess it's getting like a re-release. 'Cause the original one was called Lords of the Fallen. This one's called The Lords of the Fallen. So weird. But it doesn't have a release date yet. But yeah, it's set 1,000 years after the original. And it's been designed with cooperative play in mind. So that's what's new about this one here. 2 players can play together, uninterrupted online play. Blah, 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 blah. Looks good. Looks interesting. But with no release date, I'm assuming towards the end of the year. Most of the ones that are releasing first half of the year got release date.
You got really good.
And then they showed off one that I didn't even know anything about. It was kind of like way out of left field. They had Madsen come out.
Oh yeah, the Crime Boss.
Yeah, Crime Boss.
Fuck yeah,
That trailer.
that one looks like it's good. That's got a fucking hell of a cast.
It's got
in
a
it.
cast, bro.
Ah, damn, dude.
Like, I'm not usually into games that hire actual movie stars to be in
Yeah,
the game. But yeah, Crime Boss Rock-A City looks like a mobile game that got way too much funding,
yep.
and they put it as like a Grand Theft Auto type over the top game.
Yeah.
It looks so much fun.
Out of like you said, out of left field, but definitely a game I might pick up and play
Yeah.
for sure.
He wants to become. You're gonna play as Travis Baker, a man with his sights set on becoming the new king of Rock-A City. Could they come up with a better name for the city?
Yeah, that was a
though?
weird city.
Rock-A City. You could have just called it Crime Boss. But then it would sound like a fucking mobile game for sure.
Oh, it would definitely sound like a mobile game.
But that one it looks really good. I think it's first person, with a like an all-star cast. Crazy. I don't know. It looks good.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I want to check
sure.
it out for sure. Then my third favorite announcement, which was Armored Core 6.
Nope. Hard pass.
You're out?
Yeah,
Talk to
it
me.
looked good. It looked good, but I've never played an Armored Core
It doesn't
game,
matter.
and I'm like, okay, cool. Like,
It doesn't matter, dude.
but yeah, there was rumors that they were making another Armored Core from Capcom. So
That's not Capcom. That's Bandai Namco
Bandai Namco
and
yeah.
FromSoft.
Yeah.
Get your shit straight,
No,
bro.
because they wanted fuck, what did they want? We knew Bandai Namco was getting Tekken for sure, and then when they were having the rumors, it was up to like 3 different games, and the consensus was it was probably going to be an Armored Core game.
Right, because From Software had already said that they were doing some new game that wasn't a Souls game. Yeah. So
And are these games hard, or like I don't understand how you go from mech Armored Core to Souls.
No, they're
games.
completely different. Armored Core 5 came out back on the 360 days. It's been a while.
But what's the gameplay like? What's
You build a mech.
is it like a single player, like just a campaign style?
No, it's up to 10. Back then it was 10, so it's 5v5. And you would create mechs like different, so you could have like tank treads or walker legs or
right.
Different arms and stuff like that.
So you just battle people?
You could battle, yeah, it's multiplayer. And it also had like a single player if I remember correctly, but it's been a long time.
Okay.
But Armored Core 5, the last one that released was on 360. Yeah.
Damn.
So that's from FromSoft, and coming this year apparently. Oh, next year, excuse me, 2023. So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, not your cup of tea. That's fine. But
I mean, I might check it out now. I don't know.
it has nothing
Like
to
I
do.
said, it just came out of nowhere, and I'm like, I don't know. Like I never played an Armored Core game, so. But
Yeah.
again, I heard it looked good.
The
Holy
trailer
hell.
looked fucking dope.
Mechs are always cool. Gundams are cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. But yeah, and then the last little thing that they showed off was Final Fantasy 16, which was
Yep.
a lot of CG. You start off as a little guy who could turn into a bigger guy, who could then transform again to a bigger guy, and fight gods. Apparently, that's what it looked like to me. Like you're fighting the Pantheon, right?
Yeah.
Is that what if I'm not
Like
mistaken?
at one point, he summoned Ifrit, right?
Right.
And it's like, are you Ifrit? Like, I feel like that's who he turned into at the end.
Right.
Like, you just turn into an Esper? Like, I don't understand what's going on here.
Yeah. You become a god to fight gods.
Yeah.
But so did you get any like super hype for anything? Like, please, man, talk to me.
I got hyped for Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8.
Yeah.
For sure got hyped. But again, there was a lot of trailers that I saw, and I was like, man, those games look good, even though they're not games I would play normally. But
right.
there were some surprises like that Banish, the game Banisher or whatever, Banishment.
Banishers.
That was a nice little surprise. I feel like that's something I would play. Fuck, what was the other one? The first one with the Leshens.
Nightingale?
Nightingale, yeah. That one kind of looked cool. Who knows how that's gonna play out, but overall, it's a good little award show.
Yeah, not a lot of. There was not that many cringe moments this year compared to last year.
That's true, yeah.
The musical performances there was 2, right? And that was fine. That was perfect. Chris Judge doing a half-hour long acceptance speech was way too much.
Way too long.
I love you, Chris. You're a great voice actor, but
and
Jesus Christ, wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up, B. Like the music. Yeah. Trying to give away too many Steam Decks.
But my must buy, like my day one buys on this list, is Hades 2, Star Wars Survivors, Diablo 4. I'm gonna have to do it.
I feel like I'm gonna do it just because my friends are gonna be playing it
for sure. Remnant 2, Crime Boss.
I feel like that's on there. Yeah, like it's
on there. I don't know.
It was
why.
not on the list, but once you see it, you're like, this might be really good.
Death Stranding 2,
okay.
Armored Core 6, Final Fantasy 16. Like those are my day one pickups for sure. The other ones I want to see more stuff.
Yeah.
From them, like that Replaced look really good, but I want to see more on that. Banishers looks really good. Behemoth, I don't know if I could play that in VR.
If it's VR,
yeah. Like some of these games look really, really good, but I'm very excited for the future for this upcoming year in gaming.
Yeah. But we got nothing on Wolverine.
Nothing on Wolverine. Nothing on Spider-Man 2. Which I'm assuming is going to be a state of play because it's a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
Xbox was nowhere to be seen at all at the Game of the Year awards.
Where's my Starfield, you bastards?
Well, that one comes out in April, right? Or is it March?
Starfield?
Yeah.
I don't know when they pushed it back.
Let me look that up. Starfield. It just says 2023.
Yeah.
Where is it? It had a release date. I'm certain that they moved it into like April 9th or some shit like that. Show me the. I want to see the gameplay review. I want to see the gameplay review. I want to see when it was supposed to come out this year.
It was. It was supposed to come out November.
Yeah. Release date. There we go.
Got delayed.
Just says Q1, Q2, 2023. Anyway. Yeah, so Xbox nowhere to be seen. Nintendo nowhere to be seen.
No Elder Scrolls game, no nothing.
So, I don't know, who knows. But PlayStation cleaning house with them awards. God of War just taking everything from everybody.
But the only one that really mattered.
Except for Game of the Year. And he wanted to give it to his Reformed Jewish rabbi of Bill Clinton. That was the craziest. That guy could have had a fucking gun on him.
Yeah.
And killed somebody. I mean, he just got through everybody. Like, who is that guy?
There's some kid, dude.
It's crazy. But man, I'm looking forward to 2023. I don't know how you feel about it, but
it's gonna be a good year.
I think it's gonna be great, dude.
Phenomenal year for fighting games.
Hell yes, dude.
To me, two of the biggest fighting games are gonna go head to head. Tekken.
Because last time they came out a year apart, right?
I think Tekken was already out in Japan,
right?
But only in like arcades.
Oh, okay.
So this is gonna be the first one they released that doesn't go to arcades first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because their arcade culture is still a thing.
Huge.
Yeah. Well, they say it's dying, but
pachinko machines.
Still
pachinko machines. Yeah. Anyway, brother, where can we catch you?
You can catch me on all social medias at OS_chameleon with a K.
Hey, as always, guys, you can catch me on all things social media at OS_onslaught. Why are you pushing up against me? What's this? If you want to hit up the podcast, it's at Option Select Pod on all things social media. Be on the lookout for our little reactions to the trailers as they were coming up, and our fun little banter back and forth on those. Right. If you want to check out, I
need to add these to the TikTok.
You have a TikTok for the podcast?
Not for the podcast.
You gonna make one?
I mean, I can make one for the podcast. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
And send me the link.
Gotcha.
As always, guys, if you want to hit up the podcast, check out our website, www.optionselectpod.wordpress.com. We hope you're staying happy, healthy, safe, taking care of the ones that you love, and taking care of yourself. Enjoy all your video games that you guys play this week, and we will see you guys next week for episode 185. Peace.
We gotta pick out. I guess we can still do it.
What?
I have to work Sunday.
Oh, why?
Because they're literally making everybody work Sunday.
You off Thursday?
Not this week. I'm off Wednesday.
We can do it Wednesday. I'm off at noon.
In 3 days. In 3 days,
nah,
we got shit to talk about.
We'll figure it out.
No, but I get off at like 6:30, so it could be literally the same time. Well, no.
But you won't take a nap.
I'm not gonna take a nap. Exactly. Like, if anything, I'll leave work. The plan is to leave work at 6 and fucking burn off.
All right.
So
we'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Okay.
Anyways, we love you guys. Be safe. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Later.